Yahakim. Shalom, shalom. This is your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, coming with another lesson through the Spirit. Lord willing, this be edifying to the Lord's elect. And before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachar Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, whom I've grown in this truth under. Shalom to the Akim out there that's pushing the truth, that's laboring in the word, and that's pushing the gospel of the great kingdom that's soon to come. All right, and shalom to the Akwath that's listening in, that's remaining true to the faith and remaining faithful and submissive to their husbands and guiding their children. And shalom to the hopeful elect of the 12 tribes that scattered abroad throughout the four corners of the earth, to you Israelite foreigners out there who live among the heathen and who look like those heathen nations. But your lineage goes back to the progenitors of the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel through the line of your fathers. I want to say peace and blessings to you all, Barakatham. So, I've been seeing brothers all over, you know what I'm saying, has been going into this subject. It's amazing to see that that this is happening, and it's happening now. All right, so many omens that we've seen as of late. You know what I'm saying? Just a couple months ago, all right, we saw a replica of the Statue of Liberty fall to the ground in Brazil. You see what I'm saying? We're seeing right now, all right, these Iranians, the Persians, all right, the scriptures say the Carmanians, right now they've destroyed the efficacy, all right, of Baal, all right, of Baal, Molech, you know what I'm saying? These gods, okay, that Esau, Edom, the elites of these Edomites hold to. You see what I'm saying? And the world is understanding that this cabal, if you will, have been in play, okay, have been at play for, you know, hundreds of years now, okay, hundreds of years. And all this stuff that's coming out with the Epstein files, with you know, all this stuff going on with these Amalekites putting the squeeze on freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? The world can see now who the problem is. All right? And it's you Edomites. It's you Edomites. They destroyed this symbol, all right, this symbol of your witchcraft, along with the obelisk right next to it, letting you know, all right, and they tied it to America and these Amalekites over in the Holy Land, you know what I'm saying, the nation of Israel, or shall I say the state of Israel, all right? And so we're seeing the shift of the mindset, okay? Both America and Israel are being booed at global events. You see what I'm saying? Satan Yahoo dared not show his face to some of these countries because they will apprehend him. Okay, the scriptures clearly told you that these Edomites as a whole will begin to be despised greatly around the world. All right, let me get that here in the book of Obadiah. All right. So this is Obadiah chapter 1, verse. All right. Let's get verse 2. It says, "Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. The pride of thine heart hath deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, Who shall bring me down to the ground?" All right. So this is clearly, all right, this is clearly dealing with the times that we in now, man. All right, that son of perdition has been revealed. Esau has been revealed, man. And the world can see it. And the world is finally showing that they tired of this bullshit, man. They tired of these devils. You know what I'm saying? All these nations. Let me go here to the book of Habakkuk. All right, Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5. Let's start at verse 4. It says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith." All right, but the just shall live by his faith. Yeah, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as death. And that's your problem, man. You have not stayed in one place. All right, you went around the whole world. All right, bringing that bullshit with you, man. Your philosophies, your democracy. All right, and everywhere in your wake you have left chaos and destruction. That's all you've brought. It says, "He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. Who enlargeth his desire is hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people." All right, I just got finished looking at one article stating that the European Union is trying to distance itself desperately from the dollar, from the US. You know what I'm saying? Because they can clearly see the crash is coming. Everyone who has their head on the shoulders, you know what I'm saying, they can see the writing that's on the wall, man. This thing's about to crash. And everything that is attached to it is going to be devastated. You see what I'm saying? So they're talking about looking for alternatives to Visa and to MasterCard. You know what I'm saying? All right, different alternatives, man, is going to inevitably lead them into China and Russia, as the scriptures say. All right. When you go back to Obadiah, read verse 7, you know what I'm saying? All of America's allies are going to turn against her. It's going to leave her. You see? All right. So back to Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6. It says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his? How long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. Shall they not rise up suddenly that shall bite thee, and awake that shall vex thee, and thou shalt be for booties unto them?" All right. Why is that? It says, "Because thou hast spoiled many nations. All the remnant of the people shall spoil thee, because of men's blood, and for the violence of the land, of the city, and of all that dwell therein." Woe to him that coveteth an evil covetousness to his house, that he may set his nest on high, that he may be delivered from the power of evil. For thou hast consulted shame to thy house by cutting off many people, and hast sinned against thy soul. And this is the inevitable doom, all right, that's set for Babylon the Great. You see what I'm saying? Fire. Fire. So, let's go to the book of Job. All right, Job chapter 15 and verse 20. All right, because here's the thing, man. As I'm analyzing how these devils are moving concerning Iran, you know what I'm saying? Listening to these different colonels, you know what I'm saying, these different former members of military service giving their analysis. Okay. They can't go into Iran. All right. They can't jump up in there and just do whatever they think they want to do, man. All right. Trump continues to talk. He continues to pretend like he's got he's got the very big balls, you know what I'm saying, to threaten. Okay. Went up in there talking about you gonna take down all your nukes or your nuclear program. You're gonna take down your nuclear program. You're gonna limit all your ballistic missiles down to like a pea shooter. You know what I'm saying? Missiles that can't even reach, what was it, a couple 100 miles. You see? Basically, they want Iran to get rid of all of its military might. Okay? And just hope that America and Israel don't use this as a means to overwhelm them. Well, Iran came and said, you know what? There's no deal then, because this is not up for negotiation. Okay? Because we've seen what happened to Libya when they ended off their military, when they limited their military powers. Okay, when Libya had limited their military prowess, what did America do? All right, under Obama, these jokers went up in there. They destroyed the whole country. All right. They did Gaddafi dirty. All right. They disrespected his those who were loyal to him. All right. It was terrible, man. Absolutely terrible. But that's what happens when you capitulate to what America wants. That's what happens when you give in to what Esau wants. Let me put it that way. When you give in to what Edom wants, because Edom is a coward. Esau is a coward, man. He's always been a coward. He will not go toe to toe with you. You see? So any wise leader would say to hell with that. And so that's what Iran has done. And they have the backing of China. They have the backing of Russia. And subsequently, they have the backing also of North Korea. These are three separate nuclear powers, all right, that America would have to contend with for the sake of Israel. You see? So Trump's not trying, he's not trying to do all that, man, because he knows that this is not something that's going to end up the way that Venezuela ended up. This is not going to go the same way that it went in Venezuela. You see what I'm saying? Not the same way. He's hoping for something that's going to be like a flash, in and out. That's not Iran. On the one hand, they have to deal with their defense capabilities. All right. And then on the other hand, they have to deal with the fact that Iran can take out all their bases within the region simultaneously. And then they also have to worry about the fact that Iran can take out Israel. You see what I'm saying? And it's not, and as we've seen last year, it wasn't a hard thing to do at all. They overwhelmed Israel's defenses with old missiles. Nothing even sophisticated. It was old school shit. And the world watched as these Amalekites and their glorified Iron Dome was reduced to nothing. And that was just a warning. That was just a warning from Iran. And the world was just laughing and clapping their hands, man. You know what I'm saying? As they should. As they should. You know what I'm saying? But again, this ain't something that's going to end up like Venezuela. And I mentioned these bases. That's number one. Then they got to deal with the casualties that will happen at sea, because all they got to do is just send drones in, all right, to overwhelm these freights, all right, the frigates or what have you, all right, the warships. All they got to do is just send in drones, couple hundred of them to overwhelm their warships. They can do that there. They can take out Israel, like I said. But then on top of that, they can close the Strait of Hormuz, and that can overwhelm America economically, and it'll just be a complete meltdown. A complete meltdown, man. Okay, so the point being is that either way you slice it, this is the spot that's going to cause America to get its teeth knocked in. You see? This is that fight, man. So this is Job chapter 15 and verse 20. It says, "The wicked man travaileth with pain all his days, and the number of years is hidden to the oppressor." And that's what you've been, Edom. You've been an oppressor. All right? You spoiled many nations, as the scriptures say in Isaiah chapter 30. Okay? All right? Or Slack, Isaiah 33. Okay? Isaiah chapter 33. Woe to thee that spoilest when thou was not spoiled. Okay? Woe to thee that dealest treacherously when they have not dealt treacherously with thee. Roughly paraphrasing. Let's get that real quick. Okay? So Isaiah 33 and 1. Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled. And when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. Right? So back to Job 15. Verse 21, it says, "A dreadful sound is in his ears. In prosperity the destroyer shall come upon him." Okay? In prosperity the destroyer shall come upon him. He believeth not that he shall return out of the darkness. All right? And he is waited for of the sword. He wandereth abroad for bread, saying, Where is it? He knoweth not that the day of darkness is ready at his hand. You see? It's time for you to meet your end. Okay? The world is watching as these Edomites are chewing each other apart here in America. You see what I'm saying? And it's just division all over the place, man. You got MAGA that's split down the middle, okay, over these files, over ICE, over the Constitution. You know what I'm saying? You got these Christians that split down the middle concerning their Messiah being Trump. And then you got these Christians that's going against the Amalekites, okay, calling them Edom, and then the Amalekites calling the Christians Edom. You know what I'm saying? Edom or what do you say? Esav, you know. So it's division all amongst Esau, Edom. And then you have the rest of the Edomites abroad throughout the world that's looking at America and Israel with disgust. So it's just Edomites all against each other, man. All against each other. This is a house that's divided, man. Verse 24, trouble and anguish shall make him afraid. They shall prevail against him as a king ready to battle. For he stretcheth out his hands against God and strengtheneth himself against the Almighty. All right? And so these devils believe, Salakia. All right? Excuse me. So yeah, let's go to the book of, no, not the book. Let's stay here in the book of Job. Job 15, where was I? Let's see. Let's jump down. Verse 29. Let's go to verse 28. It says, Salaki. Let's hit verse 27. It says, because he covereth his face with his fatness, and maketh collops of fat on his flanks, and he dwelleth in desolate cities and in houses which no man inhabiteth, which are ready to become heaps. He shall not be rich, neither shall his substance continue, neither shall he prolong the perfection thereof upon the earth. He shall not depart out of darkness. The flame shall dry up his branches, and by the breach of his mouth shall he go away. You see? So this is the inevitable, all right, outcome for the treacherous dealer, man. Because the scriptures say the treacherous dealer dealeth treacherously, you know? Also in the book of Sirach, chapter 10. Matter of fact, I think I'll end it on that. Sirach chapter 10 and verse 8. It reads, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. You see? And we're looking at that transition right now, man. Okay? And it begins with the image of these devils going down. You know what I'm saying? Being exposed. Right? I've made Esau bare, you know what I'm saying? And he can no longer hide himself, man. So I'm going to cut that there, man. I pray this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. This has been your brother Zakaria Allah, branched out here in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. In closing, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Ruchakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who rule well and who teach well. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. Shalom.